Spice Familia, welcome to our very first interview that we're going to have. I am so excited to have with us Miss Ani Gonzalez, and she is going to tell us all about her and how she is sharing her spice with the world, and I'm so glad to have her here. So thank you, Ani. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, I feel like that was such a professional intro, because there was the number, the countdown. I'm like, oh my God, I feel like I'm on TV. And I'm sitting in my car.
I try to make people feel special. So
I love it. I love it. I know. And here I am sitting in between two car seats. You see in the back.
It's okay. That's why I said it's real life, right? It is real mom
real life.
Yeah, real. That's
life.
all that I'm about, is keeping it real. So I appreciate you so much for doing this interview and being my first guest. I'm so excited for that. And like I've said, like, you've sponsored my show, and I always say, like, I don't just let any old person or want any old person like sponsoring my show. Like, it's got to be somebody that I really care about, and that I care about their mission and who they're about, and that they are a really special person. So thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. And I'm so glad that we connected online. It's been like over like a year since we've actually connected. So honored, right? Hasn't it?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Now that I think about it, it has been.
Yeah, it's probably been like a year. So it's so nice to, I don't know, so to be a guest on your show. Like, I'm honored. So thank you very much.
Oh, I know.
I love content. So it's really fun to be a part of it.
Thank you. Yeah, and I've done a couple of your like workshops that you had, and I know I did that one with my daughter. Like, she was totally off camera though. Totally off camera, but I mean, just wonderful things that you're doing in your workshops and all of that. So I really appreciate it. So I would love for you to tell us a little bit about your background and how you became to be this incredible oncology pharmacist. Tell us all about that.
Oh, thank you. So yes, so I'm an oncology pharmacist, but I'm also, of course, like so many other things, like many of us are, right?
Yeah.
So I'm an oncology pharmacist. I went to school at UF. I actually kind of fell into pharmacy. I wasn't really like interested in it. I don't have any medical background in my family or anything like that. I kind of just met a friend who was interested in pharmacy, and she said, "Why don't you do it with me?" And I said, "All right, let's do it." Science kind of came easier to me, so I tried. I applied. I got in, and I guess the rest is history. I actually almost failed out of pharmacy school, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, I almost failed out of school, but I like pushed through, got through it, and now I am, like you said, board certified in oncology. So that's my, my 9 to 5 and my career. I've done that for over 10 years now. I did inpatient pharmacy. I worked with transplant patients. I've worked with outpatient infusion, so like chemotherapy infusions, and now I deal with oral chemotherapy. So I deal with, I'm in a specialty pharmacy. And I counsel patients on their medications. So that's my like career kind of path as far as pharmacy goes.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Thank you for that. And so I heard you say that you almost failed out of pharmacy school. So how did you get through that? Like, how did you work through that?
I have always been someone who is very into like personal development and growth and learning from mistakes and learning from moments that are hard, and what can you learn from it and how can you grow? So I have just always been someone to kind of like persist. They gave me a pep talk and nothing. I just kept going because I didn't have another plan and I didn't want to do anything else at that time. So I was like, all right, well, this is it. So I kept going, and after that I did a residency, and then that's kind of how I fell into the oncology part of it. So now with my oncology background, I kind of have taken a little bit of a deviation in doing oncology, but now I also like to educate, through Crunchi with about toxin-free products and the importance of what you put on your body. So that's kind of how I transitioned into what I'm doing now in addition to pharmacy.
Oh, nice. So why is, and this is not maybe one of the questions that I was going to ask you, but why is the whole idea of toxin-free living so important to you?
So it's basically it started when I was pregnant with my daughter.
Okay.
So I have a 2-year-old and I have a 4-month-old now, a boy, a 2-year-old girl and a 4-month-old boy.
Congrats.
And I realized that, yeah, I know, my little babies, I love them so much. And becoming a mom was such an amazing thing. But I realized that like all my decisions directly affect them so much, and they don't have a choice as to what they use, what they eat, anything like that. I found out that, with pharmacy in my world of drugs, there's so much regulation, right? The FDA regulates everything. So there's clinical trials and all of that, and everything goes through this rigorous process, and then it's approved. With cosmetics, with products that you use in your home, with cleaning products, with all of that, there is no regulation or very minimal regulation. These are things that people can just purchase anywhere, and there's limited or no regulation on any of it. And these are things that can honestly harm us, not immediately harm us, but can harm us after using them for long periods of time. So that's how I kind of came into, I need to educate about this, and I need people to be aware about this, because I want people to be able to make the choice and to be able to know, because I didn't know. And I thought it was shocking that I didn't know. And I was talking to cancer patients about, their medications, and there are things that they can do besides that can also help them. And so when I learned about that, there's a very big organization, Breast Cancer Prevention Partners, and patients. So it's important to watch what we put on our bodies. So once I started learning about all that, I was like, I needed to sound the alarm. I said, people need to know about this, and people need to know that there are choices and there are options, and it's up to them to make those changes. Diet, there's exercise, there's all of that, and all of it is a part of being healthy, not just one piece. So it's important to have all the information. So in addition to diet, exercise and all of that, and mental health is extremely important. What you put on your body is so important, because your skin can absorb so much. So that's why it's so important.
And exactly. And I think people discount that skin is like your largest organ. Like, it's an organ. It's a thing that functions, that does things for you. And we just are putting any old thing and exposing it to all of these toxins all the time. And it's so wonderful that you're bringing awareness to that, and that we do need to be aware of that. Yeah. So
and it was so important, because you don't notice, like when you're, it's not like, oh, you put something on your skin and there's an immediate type of reaction. There could be small changes that are happening that you don't even know, so that's like the bigger thing too, because sometimes, you don't know what's changing until it's changed too much.
Sorry, it builds up over time, right? It definitely builds up.
It builds up over time. It's called body burden. That's the technical term for it, the body burden.
Oh my gosh, wow. I had never heard of that before. I've not heard of that.
Yeah, it's called body burden. So I explained it in an easier way, because a lot of people don't know, like you, what the term body burden means. So that's what it is. Just like the continuous exposure of these low dose toxins, they're really low dose, these low dose toxins that can build up in your body and cause a burden on it.
Wow. Wow. So anybody that happens to be joining in, I saw a comment come through from Miss Betsy, and she says hello to us, Miss Betsy Otero.
Hey, Betsy.
So if you're joining in, feel free to pop any questions into the chat. If you have any questions about cosmetics or household supplies, anything like that might have some toxins in it. Annie, what else do you think that people sometimes have questions about that they really don't realize that they could maybe pop into the chat that they might have?
I mean, I think the main thing is really just, I always like to talk about the word fragrance. I know that a lot of people, fragrance is a loaded word. Fragrance is actually like used by companies. It's an umbrella term, and it's used by companies to it's kind of like it's like trade secrets, right? So they will have this fragrance and their product smells like this fragrance, right? And they don't need to put all of the ingredients that are listed that are a part of that fragrance on their product because it's considered a trade secret. So like that, some Alex, I think I lost you.
I'm here.
Give it a minute. Are you
Oh,
back?
I'm here. I'm back.
Oh, I thought I lost you.
No, you're good.
Companies are okay, good. So companies aren't required to put all of the ingredients that are listed under the word fragrance because they're considered trade secrets. So what I always like to tell people is if you see the word fragrance on any of your products, whether it be a cleaning product, whether it be shampoo, whether it be body wash, whether it be a face cream, a lot of like moisturizers have fragrances in them. They don't need to be there, to be honest. They smell good, right? We all like the smell, but it's very important to stay away from that because you don't know what's in there, and that could definitely be affecting you. So I don't know if that's like a question, but that's like a definite something for people to look out for. If a question was, what are some of the top ingredients I should avoid? Fragrance is definitely one of them.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, those are all questions that are topics that people really don't think about is the fragrance and like the all natural, or if when we talk about food, the natural flavorings, natural flavorings, it's a bunch of chemicals.
Oh yeah, it is. And it's crazy because like I said, that's the part that really got me into this was that it's not regulated. So companies can put that on their label. They could say natural flavors and like put all this green flowers and all this beauty and all this stuff. And you think that it's like good for you and healthy, but it's not. So it's really important that us as consumers are aware of that. And we like use our dollars towards things that, you know, are better for us. So yeah. And yeah, I mean, yeah, don't be fooled by that spice community.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, I love talking about things that are all natural and that are good for us and trying to limit, you know, those toxins that we are putting in our body because just like you said, they are building up all the time and causing us more harm than we realize. All those mysterious symptoms sometimes that happen, you know, it's just a buildup of things that we can be more conscious of through people like you who can educate us on these things that we need to be aware of. Definitely. So could you give us, I would love to know, like, what are some of the great things that Ani has done in her life personally and professionally? Because I'm all about celebrating the things that we do. Like, I know we're just not like our careers. And what are some of the things that you personally and professionally are really proud of yourself?
Well, I know you said not only career, but with my career, I'm very proud that I am an oncology pharmacist.
Yes.
Board certified. That is something, there are like 1,500 of us or something. I haven't checked the number recently, but there's not that many of us in the nation. So we have to take an exam and, you know, become board certified in that. And it's a very prestigious certification in the pharmacy community. So, so that I am very proud of. I worked very hard for that. So that I'm definitely proud of. And I mean, the other thing I'm proud of is just like my family and my relationships and being a mom and being a wife. I mean, it seems like so simple, but it's much harder than I thought it was going to be. You know, I had this picture in my head of like this, I don't know, I guess my parents made it seem so easy. I'm not sure, but not that my life is hard, but it's just like so humbling to, first of all, these kids are watching you all the time. I mean, and the way that they pick everything up from you and all of that, it's just, it's phenomenal. And I think that the thing that has changed me the most is just like being a mom and learning that I feel like they're teaching me more than I teach them every single day. Like it's crazy.
It is.
It's crazy. So one of my, like, I guess I'm trying to relate this to an accomplishment is that like, I feel like I'm growing so much more as becoming a mom and like embracing it instead of comparing myself to what I thought or expected my motherhood. Oh, I think I stopped you. Did you see, can you see me? Because I lost connection for a minute.
It was in and
You
out.
see
You're
me?
okay.
Okay.
You're good. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um, so yeah, so that's something that I feel like is I don't know, it's a big accomplishment for me, I guess. So
No,
yeah.
that's yeah. No, that is, and the way that you've been able to continue on with your career and then to do all the other things
Mhm.
that you do, and that like you're here in a car in like between two car seats, like you probably never thought you would ever.
Yeah. Yeah, no, never. Yeah, no
Yeah.
way. I never thought I would, Yeah. And Crunchy has also given me, that opportunity too.
Hmm.
It's something that I honestly never ever thought I would do.
Hmm.
And I don't know if I guess it's an accomplishment, but it's something that I'm extremely, extremely proud of and proud to be a
Right.
part of because it is something that it grows me as a mom. It helps
Hmm.
me educate other women and other moms to make
Hmm.
healthier and better choices for themselves and their
Hmm.
families and
Right.
for my mom and my sisters and my family and my kids. Like I feel like it just really um makes me a better person. So it's not like an accomplishment, I guess, but it makes me a better overall person mentally, physically,
Hmm.
um, you know,
Right.
all of that. And I'm learning so much.
Yeah, and it definitely brings spice to your life, right? It's that spice of
Oh
your
yeah.
life.
Oh yeah, for sure. It
It
definitely
is,
brings
yeah.
spice to my life. You have to remind me what the it's spirituality, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah. So
Um, physical.
spirit, physical, uh-huh. The I
Uh,
is for insight.
insight, yes.
Insight, yeah. And the C is for
Okay,
career.
C,
C is for
career,
career.
uh-huh.
And then the E is
And E
for
was for emotion.
yes. Uh-huh.
Emotion.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah. So no, it's
Yeah.
definitely brought me. For sure, it's definitely brought spice to my life, 100%. And I think that the most it's brought me is the I, which is the
Mm-hmm.
insight, because it's
Mm-hmm.
really because of. I mean, I'm sure you feel similar with what you're creating in this piece. You really have to look inward
Mm-hmm.
to grow your business and grow yourself outward. The more you look
Exactly.
at yourself inwards, the stronger you become inwards, the
Mm-hmm.
stronger you project outwards. And the more that
Exactly.
your business can flourish and the more that you can do things for your community, just like you're
Mm-hmm.
doing for your community. The more that
Mm-hmm.
you can do things like this for your community because you have that like insight and strength that I had
Mm-hmm.
before, but I don't think I ever really embraced it as much as I do now
Mm-hmm.
because of Crunchy. I don't know if you
Yeah.
feel the same with you with Spice for you, but
No. Yeah.
it really just
Yeah.
makes you uh, look inwards. That's the only way I could say it. Have that insight, have that like enlightenment moment, you
Yeah.
know?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And that's why I put the I in there because
Yeah.
it's such a huge part and you've totally found that in what you do and how you are sharing your spice with the world and what
Mm-hmm.
you're doing and what you're bringing with Crunchy and with your pharmacy and with your role as being a mom, all of those things contribute to that. And just like you said, that insight part, you've all that work inward so that you can project outward to share all of that with everybody else. And it's amazing.
Yeah, for sure. And I
Oh,
see
I
like
love that.
something in the chat. I'm trying to see if I can go
Let's
to the
see.
chat.
Oh, I
I was
got you,
trying to see,
girl.
but
I got you.
I lost it. I thought I saw
I
something in the
got
chat.
you. Uh, it's a second chance. Oh, they're wonderful, girl. Phil and Tafaro with a second chance. They're with the kidney community. They do a lot of work around kidney transplant, kidney education,
Oh, that's
dialysis, all of
amazing.
that. They're fantastic. They are fantastic, fantastic people to connect with, without a
Oh,
doubt.
awesome.
Hmm.
Where can I connect with them? We actually
I'll
do. Yeah, you'll. Mhm.
I'll connect with you. They have a YouTube channel. They have Instagram. They're on all the places. So I'll
Oh,
hook you up with
awesome,
them. I'll hook you up with them.
awesome.
They're great.
Yeah,
They're
with the
great.
specialty pharmacy, we deal with a lot of patients that have kidney transplants and all of that too. So
Mhm.
that's why I was asking.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. And I know that you would be a really great resource for that too, because that's like right up your alley with
Mm.
all of that. Have you found with have you found like any type of special connection or any type of special situation or circumstance like surrounding like with that kidney and dialysis transplant type community with what you do?
I don't, because at the pharmacy we're kind of separated by disease state. So
Oh,
I
okay.
mainly deal with oncology,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're frozen. Can you
Oh,
see me,
I can see you.
or
Yeah.
can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can hear.
So I
Yeah.
mainly deal with oncology, so all types of oncology, so liquid tumors and solid tumors, everything, blood cancer, all of it. So I
Mm-hmm.
deal with that, and then there's another team that actually deals with transplant specifically, so like heart and lung, excuse me, kidney
Mm.
transplant. So
Okay.
yeah, but I deal with bone marrow transplant patients, so I guess it's more
Interesting.
related to cancer. Hmm.
Oh yeah. No, that's so cool. I love that. Yeah, the unit that my last unit that I worked on was heart lung like we did transplants and the
Oh,
heart lung
okay.
unit. So yeah, we did a lot of that on our unit. So and definitely we had a pharmacist, not necessarily an oncology pharmacist, but we
Hmm.
definitely had a pharmacist, available to us. But I mean, having a pharmacist is amazing because it's like, I have a question. Let me just call them up and ask them because you guys
Yeah.
know. Oh, so it's wonderful.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
girl.
our job to know, right?
Exactly. Totally. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah,
So
that's our job.
I was like,
I don't know.
and
Yeah,
I'm sure it's like you have things that you know, and we have things that we know, and it's like that's enough. Like I don't want to have to cross over into that territory.
exactly. That's what I was gonna
That too.
say.
Oh, and they say they appreciate the love and support. Keep great and doing what you're doing. Oh, thank you, and thank you to Miss Ani for being here with us. Really appreciate that.
Yeah.
So, Miss Ani, would you like to leave us
So
with some parting
I,
words,
uh,
perhaps? Oh, I think we're frozen. One of us maybe is frozen. I'm sure we'll come back to it. Oh,
oh,
oh, hold on. I can't hear you. It's
if
glitchy.
something else comes in, something falls out.
Uh-oh. Oh no, technology. I don't know if it's me or if it's you. Oh no, Ani. We're gonna see if we can get it back. Well, this is live. This is what happens. Ani, can you hear me okay or no? Oh no. Oh, Ani disappeared. Oh, we're going to wait a minute and see if we can get her back. Hopefully, she's able to come back. If you are in the chat or watching right now, this is definitely live. So feel free to leave a comment or say hi, anything that you'd like. But I really appreciate the engagement. Hopefully, we can get Miss Ani back on the broadcast for us. But like Ani had said, and actually, I'm going to try to put up her contact info so that if you'd like, oh yeah, here I have it. You can get in touch with Miss Ani. I'm going to put it up right now. All right, that was some contact info for Miss Ani, and I will leave all of her contact information in the description below so that people can get a hold of her. And hopefully she comes back. I want her to come back. I wanted to hear what else she had to say. So if you are in the medical community or you know anybody that's in nursing school or going to anything for medical, have them reach out to Miss Ani because she can definitely give some good insight on becoming a pharmacist. Okay, I'm just going to message her to see if she can log back in. Log in again. So we'll see if she can get in again. Oh, Miss Ani, can you make it back in? Give me one moment, guys. One moment. I will be right back. Okie dokie. Well, we're trying to wait for Miss Ani to come back in. And until that happens, let's see. It's not letting me back in. Oh, no. All right, guys. Going to try to get her back in here. Oh, no. Let's see if we can get her back in. This is live. This is live. Totally live. I'm going to try to get her if she can come back in here. Oh, all right, guys. Well, she said that it is not letting her get back in, and I feel so bad. But that was Miss Ani Gonzalez with Crunchi, and she's an oncology pharmacist. And we really thank her for being our very first guest on here. It was very interesting. It's a great learning experience. So, all right, guys, take care. I'm about to hit the road here, play my outro, but thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next time. And don't forget, for a balanced life, just add spice.